Tfue whines about his contract with FaZe Clan, and more coming up on today's episode of the latest in tech news. Hey Gadgeteer, you're just in time for the latest episode of the world's only 3-in-1 show on tech, gadgets, and gaming news. That's right, this is the latest in tech news. My name is Taylor American. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now so that you don't miss the latest episode, but hold off on that like button until you get to a section of that show you actually like. See, consider it like this. If you would rather not spend extraneous amounts of time and grueling physical labor of typing out a comment, then please, by all means, here's what you can do. You're watching the video, right? I'll give you an example with my smartphone if you're watching on your smartphone. Oh, gosh. Oh, I just had my finger snapped in half. Did you see that? Did you see that? All I did was hit the like button. That's all I did. See, now I'm just messing around with you guys. It's not really that difficult. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm watching a video on Facebook or YouTube and I happen to like it, I'll give it the like button treatment. So, anyways, hope you guys are having a great week so far. I'm not going to remind you what day it is for fear of you guys leaving comments now saying, I hate today. Well, speaking of hate, today's feature story is about apparently a pro Fortnite player suing his gaming organization over a, quote, oppressive contract. We'll also be taking a look at how to block hijacking attacks on your Google account. The Instagram data breach reports that you should just skip Facebook's crypto altogether. We'll also be taking a look at Instagram's IGTV copying TikTok and Snapchat once again. And in gaming news, we'll be taking a look at the Overwatch Anniversary starting tomorrow. We'll be looking at some new skins and dances and more. We'll also be taking a look at a new game called Rad, launching on August 20th. And finally, we'll be looking at top streamers said to earn $50,000 an hour playing new games. All that and more coming up. But first, did you know that as of 2009, at their Mountain View headquarters, Google rents 200 goats to mow their lawns as a low-carbon alternative from California Grazing Company? Well, who knew? Also, did you know that Klingon was added as a Google language option in 2002? And yes, if you're a Trekkie and you're still interested in learning that language, by all means, go ahead. You can also be fluent in flatulence. All right, moving right along to today in tech history. Today is May 20th, 2019. On this day in history, in 1995, Microsoft and Intuit abandoned merger agreement. Apparently, Microsoft and Intuit agreed to terminate their planned merger in order to avoid a Justice Department charge of violating antitrust laws. In intervening 3 years, Microsoft continued to struggle against federal investigation of its dominance in the personal computer software market. Bill Gates' company had originally agreed to acquire Intuit in October of 1994 in a deal worth roughly $2 billion, but abandoned the plan after the Justice Department began an investigation of whether the move would give Microsoft too much dominance in the personal finance software market. Also, on this day in history, in 1927, aboard the Spirit of St. Louis monoplane, Charles Lindbergh takes off from Roosevelt Field in New York on his first historic solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean. He will arrive in France 33.5 hours later. But not to be outdone, 5 years to the day after Charles Lindbergh took off on his historic flight across the Atlantic, Amelia Earhart takes off from Newfoundland. While her original destination was France, weather and mechanical problems forced her to land in Ireland nearly 15 hours after she took off. She became the first woman and second person to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. And with that out of the way, let's head on over to today's feature story. All right, here's this smug look of Tfue, and if you guys are listening via podcast, hey, you can watch the YouTube video over at youtube.com/TechNewsGadget. Apparently, Turner Tenney, known professionally as Tfue, alleges the esports team is limiting his business opportunities. Gosh. Okay, so I know Ninja probably went on his rant, and a bunch of other streamers probably went on their rant about good, bad, or otherwise on the whole entire thing. I'm going to read the article. I'm going to share a little bit of my thoughts, and I'd love to know what you guys think. So if you want to leave a comment go ahead and feel free to do so. Apparently, a top Fortnite player is suing his gaming organization for allegedly restricting his business opportunities with an oppressive, onerous, and one-sided contract. Turner Tenney, a 21-year-old professional gamer known as Tfue, has filed a lawsuit against esports team FaZe Clan for allegedly limiting his ability to pursue his profession in violation of California law and the Talent Agency Act. The lawsuit also alleges that FaZe Clan has failed to pay him his share of his sponsorship earnings and taken up to 80% of his earnings as a finder's fee. In no uncertain terms, these gamers are artists, entertainers, and content creators. They perform, they act, they direct, they edit, and they stream, Turner's lawyers wrote in a complaint filed Monday in Los Angeles Superior Court. Because the industry is so new, there is little to no oversight, according to the complaint, a copy of which was obtained by The Hollywood Reporter. As a result, these young content creators, streamers, are susceptible to being taken advantage of and exploited, often by those that were supposed to be looking out for their best interests. Los Angeles-based FaZe Clan didn't respond to a request for comment, but said in a tweet Monday afternoon that it was shocked and dismayed by the lawsuit. Over the course of our partnership with him, which began in April of 2018, FaZe Clan has collected, well, $0 of his tournament winnings, $0 of his Twitch revenue, $0 of his YouTube revenue, and $0 from any social platform. In fact, we have only collected a total of $60,000 from our partnership, while Tfue has continued to earn millions as a member of FaZe Clan. While contracts are different with each player, all of them, including Tfue's, have the maximum of 20% to FaZe Clan in both tournament winnings as well as content revenue, with 80% to the player. In Turner's case, neither of those have been collected by FaZe Clan. We're proud of what we've accomplished together over the past year with him, and will continue to support him. So, I guess there was problems going on. So I'm trying to read if there's anything else important in the article. Okay, so here's what I think. Publicity stunt. Tfue wants publicity. Good, bad, or otherwise, doesn't really care. He knows he's going to get a lot of negative press for this. Obviously, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. You probably know where I'm going to sit on this entire thing. Ninja has his. Here's the thing. I have a couple points to make. Number one, if you haven't paid the organization that you represent, why did you sign an agreement with them in the first place? Contractually, you are under agreement with them. Now, apparently, allegedly, he tried getting out of the contract in September, to which I say good. Although, really, now you just want to make a spectacle about it. See, this is how it goes to show towards how inept some individuals are at making business decisions, which, if that's the case, I'm going to tell this to people who are full-time streamers, rising through the ranks, or aspiring to be streamers. Please listen closely. If you want to make this your full-time career and your goal in life, profession, dream, however you want it to be smart about it. Make sure that you have all the bases covered, and you don't have to do everything yourself, but make sure that you know what you're doing. So if you're going to go and pursue advertising agreements, contracts, merchandise deals, join an organization or a team to represent you, make sure you have it all in agreement, all in writing, all signed via signature, and make sure that for your own benefit, you hire an attorney or a law firm who specialize in dealing with business law, copyright, and internet-related things, because you're going to need that person to back you up, to be on your side, so that they can look at this agreement from a business standpoint and say, yep, looks like you're getting screwed over there. Yep, looks like you're getting screwed over there. Or, yep, that's actually a good deal. So keep in mind, if they're representing you, they do have to take their cut, and that gets cut before you get yours. But keep in mind that without them doing the work for you, you wouldn't be in a position you were in. To that end, if you don't want to be part of a gaming organization, you don't have to be. Tfue, as a matter of fact, is a brand in and of its own right that he doesn't need to be part of any gaming organization. Any. Heck, Faker from League of Legends could leave SKT and go wherever he wants to be. He could be freelance roster. And people would say, yep, there's Faker. He's built up his own brand. I'm punching the microphone out of passion. So, yes, people are going to associate him with SKT because that's who he's played with, that's who he's represented, and that's inextricably tied to him. Same thing with Brett Favre and the Packers. Did you know he played for other football teams and unfortunately decided to end the demise of his career playing for the Minnesota Vikings and go down in a grand blazing ball of glory when he should have just retired out of the Packers and left happy. People are always going to attribute Brett Favre with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers with the Packers. And I'm only just saying that as an example from football. You could have any other kind of example going on here. If you're to the point where you don't need or feel the need to be covered by an organization or brand, please don't. Don't even sign it with them. Don't even. Because then you're going to wind up with something stupid like this. So, and apparently, it just shows more drama is, of course, the way of the road here, as Tim the Tapman would always say. You know, it's just the way of the road if you're... And this has happened on YouTube for, like, considerably eons now at this point. But apparently it's this new upcoming thing. Not really. It's been prevalent across Twitch for, like, ever. So people are like, oh, no, I gotta create some drama because people like drama. Oh, yeah, go create drama. So, I don't know. What a way to treat your organization. Tfue, you should have gone on your own and not even been a part of it at all. Seriously, that's what I'm thinking. If FaZe Clan really meant that much nothing to you, you really should have gone on your own. And maybe FaZe should have looked at it and said, you know what? You're not worth it. And declined his application. That's what I would have done. I mean, seriously, if I'm going to be an organization, the head of an organization, looking to bring in streamers and create a clan, a group of people that we can play competitively, professionally, go around tournament winnings and everything, I'd expect them to do the best they can because they're representing me, knowing that the risk to me is they can always turn around and stab me in the back. So obviously, you treat them right, and they should treat you right, but always keep in mind that you always got to keep an eye out if they're going to try and stab you in the back or something. How are you supposed to know? like really, just... Can you guys just get along? Okay? So I that's all I really have to say at this point. What do you guys think? Good, bad, otherwise, publicity stunt? Kind of, yeah, sock it to him, you know, I don't need to be no boss man. I don't know, let me know down in the comment section down below. You heard my thoughts, you heard the article. As always, if you're interested, the show notes for this article can be found at technewsgadget.net/120/120, as well as the rest of the articles that we'll be covering today. Moving right along, how to block hijacking attacks on your Google account. According to recent attempts, papers examined 350,000 hijacking attempts on 1.2 million Google account users. Turns out adding a recovery phone number to your Google account can block the majority of account hijacking attempts, according to two recent research papers. Taking the simple step with your Google account blocked up to 100% of automated bot attacks, 99% of bulk phishing attacks, and 66% of targeted attacks that occurred during the research. The recovery phone number is key for preventing account hijacking because it fits in a Google security layer, a Google blog post noted. If Google detects a suspicious sign-in attempt, such as one from a new location or device, it will ask the user for additional proof of identity. If the user has signed into their phone or set up a recovery phone number, Google can use the phone for two-factor authentication. Sending out an SMS code to the recovery phone number will usually block the majority of those targeted attacks. Meanwhile, using on-device prompts prevents those targeted attacks as well. Without having a recovery phone number set up, Google uses weaker knowledge-based questions to identify users, such as your last sign-in location. While this is effective for preventing bot attacks, it is less so for preventing phishing and targeted attacks, as protection rates drop to just 10%. This is because these attackers can trick users into revealing identifying information Google asks for, the post noted. The article then goes on to explain how to set up a recovery phone number for your Google account if you guys are interested. As always, keep it in mind, adding extra security layers onto information that you would rather keep secure is a great way to go about it. Then you don't have to worry about stuff getting compromised, stuff getting attacked, or you could even go get LifeLock. I was just talking to a coworker earlier today, and he was talking and saying, yeah, somebody broke into my Google account, and then they found out information to like my Hulu account and like a couple other ones, but they didn't get my bank account information. Oh no. So LifeLock was taking care of that, and they let us know, and we're like, oh, we got to go change our password, and we got to go change our set up a new email address, this, that, and the other thing to lock it down, make sure. This isn't a sponsored advertisement for LifeLock, but yeah, have additional security protections in place however you determine it, because having that in place will keep things safer, better, more often than not. And seeing as how most people walk around with a smartphone, having that two-factor authentication, with whether it's an authenticator app, a SMS text message, or what Apple uses, which is allow, and then has you punch in like a 6-digit number to verify that it's actually you. All steps towards security and protection. So going forward, you can hopefully avoid this, because hackers will figure out a way to hack, and crackers will figure out a way to crack. And no, that wasn't a weed reference. No. All right. Speaking of hacking and cracking and data leaks and everything, well, Instagram suffered from a data breach. Another day, another Facebook data leak affecting millions of dubious users. This time around, it was found on a public Amazon Web Services database, and it contained more than 49 million Instagram accounts. The exposed database includes public information from Instagram accounts, such as a number of followers, likes, and shares of a particular user. More concerning, though, is the inclusion of email addresses and phone numbers of numerous account owners, information that Instagram allegedly keeps private. Along with that, I will say most of it is Instagram influencers, so if you didn't have a large following, you may or may not be part of it. But if you are a larger following and you do have social influence, as it were, you might be in that number. Chatterbox, a social media marketing firm, owns this particular database. As part of the data, the company calculated a net worth for each account using public information, and presumably reached out with offers through the suspiciously obtained contact information. Facebook has little to say in the matter, telling TechCrunch, "We're looking into the issue to understand if the data described, including email and phone numbers, was from Instagram or from other sources." Although, why would you have numerous phone numbers set up and numerous emails? The emails part I can understand, but I don't know why you'd want to go through all that hassle. Most likely it's the right email and the right phone number, so here we go again. So we just went to 46 days since Facebook's last privacy accident, down to 0. It appears like they just can't figure out how to keep it private. I don't know. Well, see, this is the problem when you don't lock it down behind the scenes, and you let other companies figure out how to, I don't know, fish information out from unsuspecting users. So suffice that to say, like I said back in the last article about adding layers of security and protection, make sure that when you, as a user, individual, go browsing around sites and the web, and you want to learn more information, or you want to take a quiz and they're asking you for your login information or access your Facebook account or Instagram account or Gmail account or Google account or YouTube account or anything, be very, very wary with hunting rabbits. No, because stupid stuff like this happens. So if that's the case, go in, revoke access to all the applications that you might have inadvertently given your information to, and only stay with those whom you trust. And that is a decision that you'll make on your own. So apparently the article goes on to say that that means you can't trust Facebook with anything, especially cryptocurrency. Apparently there are crypto launch is right around the corner, but the recent data leak serves as a reminder to stay away. Project Libra, the social media company's secretive cryptocurrency project, has been in the works for more than a year. Initially a payment system between WhatsApp users, the product has ballooned into a $1 billion conglomerate, courting potential investments from payment processors like Visa and MasterCard. So, just hold off maybe on the crypto thing if you guys are all interested in that as well. That's, I guess, all I can say. Moving right along, Instagram's IGTV decides to go and copy TikTok and Snapchat, and, well, seeing as how Instagram conquered stories, it's losing the battle for the next video formats. You see, TikTok is blowing up with an algorithmically suggested vertical, one-at-a-time feed featuring videos of users remixing each other's clips, and Snapchat's Discover 2x Infinity Grid has grown into a canvas for multimedia magazines, themed video collections, and premium mobile TV shows. Now, Instagram's IGTV feels like a flop. In comparison, launched a year ago as full of crudely cropped and imported viral trash from around the web, the long-form video hub that lives inside both the home screen button in Instagram as well as a standalone app has failed to host lengthier, must-see original vertical content. Sensor Tower estimates that the IGTV app has just 4.2 million installs worldwide, with just 7,700 downloads per day, implying that less than 0.5% of Instagram's billion-plus users have downloaded it. IGTV doesn't rank on the overall charts and hangs at 191 on the US photo and video app charts, according to App Annie. But without knowing it, Instagram has quietly overhauled the design of IGTV's space inside its main app to crib what's working from its two top competitors. The new design showed up in last week's announcement for Instagram's Explore New Shopping and IGTV Discovery Experiences. At the time, Instagram's product lead on Explore told us that the redesign, the idea is this is more immersive and helps you to see the breadth of videos in IGTV rather than a horizontal scrolling interface that used to exist. IGTV has ditched its category-based navigation system tabs like For You, Following, Popular, and Continue Watching for just one central feed of algorithmically suggested videos, much like TikTok. This affords a more lean-back, just show me something fun experience that relies on Instagram's AI to analyze your behavior and recommend content instead of putting the burden of choice on the viewer. IGTV has also ditched its awkward horizontal scrolling design that always kept a clip playing in the top half of the screen. Now you'll scroll vertically through a 2x infinity grid of recommended clips in what looks just like a Snapchat Discover feed. Once you get past the first video that autoplays up top, you'll find a full screen grid of things to watch. You'll only see the horizontal scroller in the standalone IGTV app, or if you tap onto a video itself and then tap the browse button for finding a next clip, while the last one plays up top. So it seems like, here we go, Instagram is trying to straddle the designs of its two competitors. The problem is that TikTok's one-at-a-time feed works great for punchy short videos that get right to the point, and if you're bored after 5 seconds, you swipe to the next one. IGTV's focus on long-term video means its videos might start too slowly to grab your attention if they're autoplayed full screen in the feed rather than being chosen deliberately. But Snapchat makes the most of the two previews Perot design IGTV has adopted because professional publishers take the time to make compelling cover thumbnail images promoting their content. So viewers only have to rely on the screenshot and a caption on IGTV. So I guess we'll have to see how this goes. I don't know. Instagram is prototyping a number of other features to boost engagement across its app, as discovered by reverse engineering specialist and frequent TechCrunch tipster Jane Wong. Those include an option to blast a direct message to all your close friends at once, but in individual message threads, see a divider between notifications and likes you have or haven't seen, or post chat stickers to stories that lets friends join a group message thread about that content. And to better compete with TikTok, it may let you add lyrics to stickers that appear word by word in sync with Instagram's licensed music soundtrack feature and share music stories to Facebook. So now the question is, this change, do you think it's good, bad? Otherwise, hey, leave a comment down below and let us know. All right, moving on to some gaming news. So, for those of you who don't know, Overwatch's anniversary starts tomorrow, and yeah, we're getting a bunch of new stuff. So congratulations, you've made it this far. Overwatch is already 3 years old. Time flies when you're practicing your rocket barrages on Pharah and trying to master Baptiste's Immortality Field. The anniversary event serves as the greatest hits of Overwatch, and instead of introducing new content, it largely focuses on revisiting all the updates and events from the past. This year's event will run from May 21st through June 10th. This year, the anniversary update brings 6 new legendary skins and 3 epic skins, as well as dance emotes for this year's new heroes, Baptiste, Ashe, and Wrecking Ball. All previous cosmetic items are back in the shop as well, meaning that if you miss an event or finally saved up enough credits for a sweet skin, now's your chance to cash in. Players can also revisit seasonal brawls from the archive missions, including Storm Rising to Junkenstein's Revenge. All previous seasonal loot will be in anniversary loot boxes as well. Not only is Overwatch going to be celebrating its anniversary tomorrow, but they'll also be treated to a free trial that runs from May 21st to 28th. Free trials include all content and are a great way to get a friend, that lone friend who's been holding out saying, oh, wait to get into Overwatch. Well, you can invite them into the game. There are, let's see, 2 legendary skins that will be added. They were revealed via the official Overwatch on Twitter. Looks like we have Gargoyle Winston as, get it, Winstone, checking in as one of the legendary skins. In addition, we got to see that Diva skin that Jeff Kaplan predicted would break the internet. Oh, here it is. Those of you wondering, I'm going to play that video right now. Here it is. Oh, man, look at that. Yep. Hit the books as Academy Diva. So, for those of you guys who've been waiting for the skin for a while, there you go. For all you Diva mains. And I played Diva fairly enough already. So, yeah, it seems definitely like one of those skins that you would want to get. We'll have to actually see how it breaks the internet. I, for one, there's a couple of missions that I liked throughout that entire time. So I'm excited to see them bringing that back along with a couple other things. Although, for me personally, one of the main reasons I'll hop on Overwatch is it happens to be Total Mayhem. And that's one of the game modes in arcade game box that I really like. Just because the ults pop faster and you can rip roaring good time. And no, I don't play Junkrat all the time. I play a wide variety of characters, usually hopping between a couple main ones. It seems like there's never enough tanks, and in my case, enough healers. Although I don't really main a healer, it's more like an off healer of sorts, and I just kind of run around and harass people. But if need be, I'll hop in with Torbjorn or Junkrat just to pop some defensive power and see if we can get some fun going on there. But yeah, you guys excited? What skin are you looking forward to? Let me know down in the comment section. Moving right along, Rad, the March announced action roguelike developed by Double Fine Productions, will be launching digitally for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on August 20th. Publisher Bandai Namco has announced. So, August 20th. Here's an overview of the game so far. I don't have a trailer here for us to watch. Rad is a 3D action roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once, but twice. Playing as a teenage protagonist, you must venture into the fallow, an ever-changing radioactive wasteland filled with unknown and unspeakable creatures. It is here that you will find the solution to heal the world and transform the cracked, barren landscape into a lush source of new life. But humanity's future comes at great personal cost. As the deeper you journey into unknown lands, the more you will expose yourself to gnarly toxins which will wreak havoc on your fragile human form. The fate of the world depends on you, your trusty bat, and whatever strange new abilities you gain as the world around you ravages your body, twisting and mutating you into something far less inhuman, but far more powerful. But forget all that. Go grab that sweet bat and help save the world, or, well, what's remaining of it anyways. So, I guess they have a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Unlock righteous new bats that let your future heroes to start out with special advantages, stow it or blow it. Bang tapes that strategically benefit your future runs or drop it all on sweet new kicks. I don't know, it seems definitely interesting. Journey into the fallow, a procedurally generated wasteland that holds the secrets of the past and answers for the future. It also looks like if you die, depending on how you've set it up, when you reload into the game, you start a new life with a certain number of things that you collected in your past save or past life. I don't know. we'll see. So are you guys interested for Rad? Sorry, I don't have a trailer here for it. They don't have a link for it in the show notes for this episode, but it's definitely seems interesting. You guys looking forward to it? I don't know. I'll have to find out. By the way, if you guys are interested for any of the articles mentioned in today's show notes, head on over to technewsgadget.net/120. Moving on to our final article. Top streamers are said to earn $50,000 an hour playing new games. And it sounds about right. Top Twitch streamers can make $50,000 per hour streaming new video games, the Wall Street Journal said in a weekend report. Kotaku spoke with industry sources who confirmed that report, adding that $50,000 per hour wasn't even the highest figure they'd seen. The report claims that publishers like Activision Blizzard, Take-Two, Ubisoft, and Electronic Arts regularly pay big sums to big-name Twitch streamers who play and publicize their games for large, dedicated live fan bases. And why not? It works out really well. You see Apex Legends works out great. Ben, Dr. Lupo, referenced in a story, has 3.2 million Twitch followers. When popular streamers check out new games, it may not be purely out of personal interest. They're often making big money. Getting $50,000 an hour to live stream a game and make it seem cool is one heck of a gig. According to two industry sources interviewed by Kotaku, that number may not even be the highest threshold. We've seen offers well over $50K an hour, as well as many 6- and 7-figure deals for longer-term engagements, said Omid Dariani, CEO of the Online Performers Group, which represents top streamers like Ho Carnage and Professor Broman. I can't share specific companies as the payment terms are usually confidential and for good reason. We had one offer from a AAA publisher that was $60K per hour for 2 hours. The broadcaster declined it, and the publisher came back with, get this, a blank check offer, which was still declined. I guess he wasn't interested in the game. Pricing isn't just based on reach, he said. Bigger audiences, typically anything over 5,000 viewers, tend to be younger and have lower engagement, so you can't just say something like 1 viewer for 1 hour equals $1. Not all streamers and their viewers generate the same results. For those following the $43.4 billion industry financial trends, huge money sponsorships shouldn't be a surprise. Twitch streamers are 2019's pop culture, and as savvy marketers, nothing could be more intuitive or cost-effective than leveraging this fledgling industry's relatable micro-celebrities to promote a product. Keep in mind, you actually have to know the individual that you're going to be proposing a sponsorship to, because the way that it's broken itself out now is there are so many micro communities within the broad swath of people watching on Twitch that some individuals only watch one streamer, and maybe 2, maybe 3, kind of pushing it there. But yeah, they only watch a handful, and they're very specific about that. So you almost have to like know their audience as well as they know their audience. So that's one reason why there was a game changer for survival shooter Apex Legends, which became the #1 game on Twitch after top live streamers live streamed it. Electronic Arts stock gained a 10% boost following that performance. Your game being top on Twitch is worth a lot right now, said Adam Lieb, CEO of marketing firm GameSite. The money Electronic Arts invested in Twitch influencers, he said, they could have spent on ads on Twitch or IGN, guaranteed it wouldn't have made as big of an impact. Live streaming may feel more authentic than traditional ads to fans who trust their favorite streamers to give their honest, candid opinion, but the companies sponsoring these streams can maintain a degree of influence on their content. According to Dariani and Lieb, it's common for game publishers to ask streamers to sign non-disparagement clauses. Now, here's what that means. Disparagement is not the same as criticism. It's more like saying the developers of this game are morons and should all be fired, rather than the combat system in this game could use some adjustments. Other times, a game publisher might just ask a streamer to check out their game first to see if they like it. So, I guess the 2016 Kotaku report included one marketing firm's guidelines for what constitutes a kosher sponsored video, such as do find something in the game to gently poke fun at, or incorporate trailers / gameplay footage in the video, but don't curse or use foul language in your video. So, yeah, the article goes on to talk about some more information regarding that, but yeah, just keep in mind for all these sponsorships and everything along with it. It just reminds me of Donkey to a varying degree. I have a feeling that Donkey, for some games, signed an NDA or a non-disparagement clause, something else where he couldn't trash talk the people who put together this game. Although, see, the thing is, if the company says we want your honest opinion for it and we'll pay you X amount of dollars for your honest opinion about it, if he happens to not like it and trashes the game, don't be hating on that publicity. You paid for it, okay? Maybe you should have actually gone and made the game likable to his standards. Well, okay. Maybe you should have made the game good to the point that he wouldn't have complained about it. How about that? And you probably would have been better off. Although, to be fair, I love when Donkey just trash talks. I'm talking about video game Donkey on YouTube, by the way. He just runs around and trash talks this game, and he trash talks that game, and he likes this game, but then trash talks it. He's funny. He's just a general, all-around comedian. But he does have good points to share here and there on games that he likes and he doesn't like. He doesn't see himself as, well, one of those big game critics. Nor does he want to be. I think to some extent he just wants to have fun playing the game that he has, and if he likes the game, he'll let you know, and if he doesn't, he'll let you know. So, but he'll also let you know how badly he doesn't like the game as well. So take that all with a grain of salt, and do keep in mind that sometimes streamers can't really talk about the things they don't like about the game just because they're under an agreement clause. But if they like it, you'll usually know. Alright, and with that, that wraps up this episode of the latest in tech news. Thanks for tuning in, guys. New episodes every weekday. The latest in tech news can be found on every major platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher, Overcast, and more. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by clicking that like button down below and leaving a comment. Also, double check that you are subscribed so that you don't miss the next episode. I'm your host, Taylor American. Remember, for the latest in tech, gadget, and gaming news, visit TechNewsGadget.net. Pretty much keeping awesome, guys. I'll see you on the flip side.